out of Easton's Muay Thai, sporting a 5-1 Muay Thai record against the undefeated Elias Rodriguez.
Man, Fernansez getting started hot here. Starting the card off right. Nice hook. Beautiful hook on the inside. As we got Southpaw very orthodox.
Both guys coming out hot.
Yeah. Oh, that was a nice 3-2.
Certainly. Seen a little bit more mixed up as far as the leg attacks from one side as opposed to the other right now. But,
correct.
You know, Rafa, for those who are unaware at home, can you break them down real quick as far as how some of the weight of the scoring system works?
Yeah, so as far as Muay Thai, the hands is usually what cuts the least. What causes the most impact for the judges is going to be the kicks, the knees, elbows, but these guys can throw elbows here as amateurs, but those are things that are going to weigh in more in the judge's decision. So kicks, knees, all that kind of stuff is going to weigh in more. Obviously, if there's a knockdown, whether it's hands or anything, that's going to outweigh everything too.
Certainly. And then there's also the element of the clinch when we're talking about Muay Thai. How does that factor in when the judges are looking at these situations?
Well, if you can get some nice sweeps or trips, that also will score big with the judges, you know. Leaves some big impressions on the judges when you're able to sweep your opponent down. And it'll also take a toll on your opponent, right? Like getting down, getting up, that's gonna start taxing on their system, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh yeah, nice hook. But I really like the work that both these guys are doing with their hands, honestly. They're both throwing a couple nice kicks, but mostly doing their work with their hands here.
Definitely, and I mean, both of these guys are getting after. Oh, beautiful combination right there. Finished off by a head kick right there by Fernansez.
Caught him on the exit.
Fernansez working a little bit of Philly shell. Okay. Left hand from Arturo lands.
And I like when Fernansez is throwing the kicks at the end of his combo. He seems to be landing most of the time he throws them.
But as you mentioned, that is a man who's carrying a fair amount of muscle mass. It's going to be interesting to see how he carries that pace because both of these guys were shot out of a cannon.
Yeah.
I mean, that volume was lighting up the stat tracker the entire time. How will he, and also fair point to his opponent, how will they be able to carry that pace throughout the remainder of this contest? And then especially someone who is, you know, obviously he's in condition, like he's in shape, you know, he's hard body, no worries about that. But sometimes there are detriments to carrying that type of muscle mass in that's a lot of oxygen that has to be provided to all of those muscles to be able to continue to fire at that high octane rate. How will that response play in here for Issac Fernansez? You know, it's going to be an interesting thing to see. Like we say, this is a debut fight for him, so we don't know how he responds in these situations.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, I mean, you know, hey, we get guys who, they come from a wrestling background, like, hey, it's no thing.
For sure, yeah. It's always interesting to see, your nervous system kicks up a little bit once you're in there fighting. So like you said, that in addition with the muscle, plus the high pace they had, it'll be interesting to see how he can carry that. But one of the things to remember, yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. One of the things to remember
is that the most important part is how you recover. So everybody's gonna get tired in the round, but how you recover is really where what's gonna make the difference in the long term of the fight.
Certainly. Now, I do believe as far as just the fluidity and the movement in the kicking department, I think that Arturo has a little bit of an advantage there. He just looks a little bit more loose and limber in the hips.
Yeah, and he's got like a Taekwondo stance, and I see that his gym is JKD gym, so probably has a little Taekwondo background. He's been throwing a couple side kicks and stuff, and he's pretty bladed here with hands down, so classic Taekwondo stance, you know.
Great check right there, though, on the inside leg kick attempt.
Nice, too.
And when he stays bladed with that stance, he's able to remain really long on his jab.
He's crashing a little bit, though, when he's throwing his cross. He's getting a little bit too close to his opponent. I'd like to see him keep his range when he throws that, too. Oh, that was a nice two kick. Oh, yeah, and like you said, he looks like a little bit of the fresher guy right now.
Yeah, I would like to see each guy maybe mix in. You know, we've seen a couple go to it, and they found success. But, you know, oftentimes in these early stages, guys get in the habit of headhunting as opposed to working a little bit more, changing levels, go to the body, and then let the body work open up those headshots.
100%. I mean, again, like it's your first fight, you just want to kill that guy. You know, you just want to see the guy in front of you, you just want to knock his head off. But it's important to keep in mind the body's
Beautiful
gonna
combination
open
right
over,
there
like I
by
said.
Fernansez on the entry, though. But yeah, you know that's exactly right there.
Very nice. Very nice. That was a pretty good round too. I think Chaparro probably edged that one out. He looks like a little bit of the fresher guy. He's the one keeping the pace going high, you know. While Fernansez taking some breaks in there.
I would definitely agree there. You know, I think that we could be looking at a 1-1 fight right now. But again, I'm not a judge. I'm not the one who's scoring it over here. You know, I think that the relentless pace and pressure in the first round that Isaac Fernansez brought to the ring was something that I would have given him the edge in. When it was a tight fight. I mean, they scrapped back and forth with lots of exchanges and combinations between the two fighters. I would maybe give him, just from the aggression and the forward pursuit alone, I would give him an edge in the first, but in that second round right there, I would agree that Arturo edged him out in the second. Who wants it more? Who's willing to dig deep and go to that dark place here in the third round and get their hand raised?
Yes, sir. We're about to see. But I agree with what you're saying. I have it 1-1 right now as well. One thing is Fernansez was having a lot of success with the inside leg kick early on in this fight, but now Chaparro's trying to get the hang of it, so I'd like to see him throw it. He's been throwing it naked a little bit. I'd like to see him throw some hands before throwing that leg kick so he can go back to it. Nice 1-1-2. He's having a lot of success with that 1-1-2. Anytime he throws his 1-1-2, he's landing it clean.
Definitely.
Very
I mean,
nice.
and when he lands like that, that's a piston that's firing right there.
100%, yeah. Yeah, he seems to have a little bit more pop than Chaparro.
He does, but also, you know, in a couple of these situations, you know, he's overextending and crashing when he's throwing that big right hand.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, that's where he's getting countered off of, is
For
what
sure.
I'm leading to.
Yeah, he's overswinging a little bit, that's for sure.
But as you mentioned, though, I guess sometimes, you know, you feel like if that's your confidence builder right there, you throw the big bomb and it lands, you know, maybe you go to the well again.
100%. No, it's great when it lands. The problem is when you miss, you get so off balance, and nice too.
But I gotta say though, Rafa, for both of these guys being in a debut situation, you gotta love the grit and the heart that each of them are displaying.
Yeah, no, they're doing great. They're both doing great work. Like I said, Chaparro looks like a little bit like the cleaner fighter, but Fernansez the one with a little bit more pop, I would say right now. You see Fernando's falling through with his cross. He's always falling forward whenever he misses. And see what I'm saying about the leg kick? I'd like to see him put some hands before it, because right now Chaparro's all over that leg kick.
We do have some blood drawn there from the nose of Fernansez. Yeah, I will say this, as far as the displays that we've seen in the 52-80 Thai fight ring from the Black Sheep fighters, grit. Just pure grit. Now we had Maria Renovato in our last main event, and you know that was a gutsy performance.
Beautiful. Yeah, I wasn't here for that one, but one thing that Alejandro Rodriguez had was grit. If you watch his last fight, he had a lot of grit in that fight. Can't wait to get the night started.
Absolutely. Well, Rafa, I will say this right away. This first fight out of the gate, I am glad that I am not one of the three judges that are sitting ringside today.
Yeah, 100%. Super close fight. In my opinion, I think Chaparro probably edged it out a little bit, but that third round was very tight out third round.
Quarterman Jovan Gasper thinks that his fighter got it done today.
Yeah. Again, close fight. It can go either way.
Absolutely.
It comes down to that third round.
100%. You know, it's and that third round was back and forth. It was razor thin. You know, maybe a little bit more of the power shots landing on the Fernansez side, but you know, without having the stats or the immediate data in front of us, just the raw eye says that Arturo landed a little bit more cleanly throughout the round. He was a little bit more efficient, But again, that's just the immediate raw reaction right there. We will then shortly be kicking it over to those qualified judges who will be giving us that official score here in a moment.
100%. It'd also be interesting to know whether those big misses by Fernansez cause them impression on the judges.
Certainly. I want to give a shout out to a couple of our sponsors as we await for this official decision here today. We want to say thank you to Black Guardian Kennel Labs out there, as well as Prodigy House Muay Thai. Right now at Black Guardian Labs, they have some beautiful Cane Corsos that are awaiting their next litter. So if you are out there looking for a furry friend, make sure that you give them a look.
Might be looking for one soon. We'll see if I hit him up.
And here we are with our official score.
Oh, yeah, that's much better. All right. Give him a big hand of applause once again. All right, here we go. Fighting out of the red corner, Arturo, Chaparro.
Good way to get the day started.
Hey, what a beautiful way to get this Muay Thai matinee underway here at the 5280 Thai Fight.